Well, hello there, I'm Coptotermes. Welcome back to another episode on the Virtual Toast server. Just a bit of an update as to what I've been up to. I haven't made a video in a few weeks. I've had a few problems with my equipment. My microphone headset decided to die, which has caused a few issues. And I've decided to change the software that I'm using for editing videos, because the last software I was using was absolute rubbish. So I've downloaded a free program that seems to be very good so far. But microphone wise, I was using a headset and now I've upgraded to a blue Snowball Ice. It's a black one and it's awesome. I love the sound out of the thing, and it just seems such a step up. I don't know why I didn't do it ages ago. But there we go. I've got a new mic, so I'm a happy chappy. And yeah, that's about it for the update. Now, here I am down at level, wait for it, 11. And this is my slime farm. Dun, 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 dun. I'll show you around the back. Yep, there's the around the back, down the side, there's a lot down there, and up the top there. Yep, so that's it. Tour over. There's an iron golem there, obviously, and some cactus, and some hoppers, and surprisingly, a lot of slime balls. This farm actually works quite well. This is a slime chunk, and the way I discovered it was a slime chunk was just by wandering around down here and seeing slimes in that area, and I've seen them there quite a few times. There was one just over here a minute ago too. There he is. You just notice them appear every now and then when you've got a big wide open space, and if you notice them quick enough, they're most likely in a slime chunk when they do, and there's a method for working out if that's the case or not, or if they've hopped from somewhere else. Now, aha! Perfect example. A big fat slime inside an area that's fenced off with a hole in the fence. Quick, fix the hole in the fence. Not that he can fit through it, anyway. I was going to get to this in a minute, but this guy has sort of beaten me to it. There he is. He's inside that area. Now, how did he get in there? The only way he could get in there would be to spawn in there, because the roof is, there's no holes in the roof. Okay, now if we do something like show the chunk borders, so F3G, chunk borders shown, you'll see that I've constructed this fence just outside the border of a chunk. So there's the one chunk, then we got a change over to another chunk. So it's actually two chunks. So I've built a fence around two chunks, and the reason I've done that is because I did see some slimes, as I said, in this area, like this one. He just spawned up this end, and the purpose of this fence was to work out if that was the case, if this was actually a slime chunk or if he'd come from somewhere else, but I'm pretty happy that that's the case. So what I'm going to do is use an axe, obviously, is fence off this area, and I better kill this guy first, otherwise he's just going to cause me a lot of trouble. Die! Oh, they're so cute. They're too cute to kill. Die! Too cute. Die! It's just so sad. I'm going to fence off this area. So I'm pretty happy that this side is a slime chunk, because we just saw one. Well, we didn't see it actually spawn, but it spawned while I was over there. I haven't seen one, or we haven't had one in that side yet. So to get back to what I was doing before that guy rudely interrupted, I'm going to build a slime farm. So here's the one I've been using for ages. I don't know who designed this. Somebody smarter than me. I found it on YouTube ages ago. I've used it on quite a few maps and stuff for a while now, and it works surprisingly well, especially if it's within, you know, my base is just up there, so whenever I'm at my base, which is quite a lot, this chunk here is always loaded, and this guy just catches slimes. These two chunks here, they're both within range of my base as well. They're actually probably closer than that one. So what I'm planning to do is build a double slime farm, but I'm going to use I'm not going to use the standard technology. I'm going to use these guys. I think I'm going to build a custom one. Haven't done that before, but I think I will. What I'll do is put one of these guys on each floor. I'll make several spawning floors going up, so I've got to build dig a big hole in the ground. Put these guys with a drop area, and right down the bottom I'll have one like this with cactus to collect all the slimes when they drop down. So I'll probably put them, I don't know if I'll put one like in the middle of each chunk going up, or if I'll put one like right there or something. I'm not decided yet. I don't have a design nailed down. It's going to be one of those do it as you do it type things, which is the way most things go with what I build. Anyway, that's the plan. Slime farm. Awesome. So there you go. What I'm going to do now is I might just wander around a bit. I'll probably stop recording for a bit. I'm going to wander around a bit, get a little way away, see if I can get another slime to spawn in that other side. Just by wandering around a bit, a few chunks away, here and there. Sooner or later something will spawn, and once I've confirmed it, see there's another one there. There's another slime chunk right next to these ones. Where did he spawn? In that chunk? This is a slime chunk. Huh. Anyway, it shouldn't take too long, so I'll do that off camera, and I'll be back in a little bit with a bit of a plan as to how we design this thing and how we build it. So see you in a minute. A slime has spawned in the chunk next to my slime trap. Just thought we might, if we talk quietly enough, we might not disturb it, and I'll be able to see the trap in action. So I'm trying to keep a low profile here. I'll just sneak. It's so interesting to see them behaving in their natural way. There we go. He's fallen for the trap. He thinks the cactus is something he can scratch his face on. But no, it killed him. The smaller slimes are just as stupid as the big one. And inevitably, they've all died. So there you go. Well, we don't need to talk quietly anymore. There you go. As sad as it is to see, slimes have just killed themselves. Alrighty, well, I've been down here for quite a while, and I've basically given up. I've run out of time tonight to work this out by just hanging around. So what I've decided to do is shortcut the whole process and build another one of these guys in the middle of this chunk here, and hopefully it won't prove me wrong, but I'll AFK here overnight, and hopefully in the morning when I check there'll be some slime in there. So I think that's the way to go. There seems to be slime spawning everywhere but where I want them to, and I'm beginning to... It's a flying slime. I'm beginning to doubt myself as to whether that is a chunk or not. I was fairly sure I'd seen some there, and they hadn't had time to hop from over there. I'm sure I'd seen them in two different places. Anyway, we'll find out. So I'm going to just go back up to my base up there and AFK for the night, and hopefully we've got some slimes in the morning. And there we go, people. Proof is in the seeing. There are now multiple slimes. There was one, now there's multiple slimes in this chunk. So I'm very glad to say that I was right, and this is a double slime chunk. Awesome. And yeah, I ended up not just AFKing overnight, but AFKing all the next day as well. This is actually 24 hours later, believe it or not. Well, I've been doing a bit of research into slime farms and their different designs, and I came across a video on YouTube by Ilmango, and it's one that's definitely worth watching. I'll put a link to the video in the description below. He goes through quite a few ideas about what affects the efficiency of a slime farm, and different ways to build it to make it more efficient. So I'm going to use some of those ideas. I'm going to copy his farm idea a bit. He's got a design for a single chunk farm. I'm going to make it a double chunk farm and sort of copy the ideas a little bit. But basically build it from scratch. And so I'll crack on. I'm going to do a lot of digging up above me. There's a lot of rock that's got to come out. So I'll crack on with that, and when I've got a bit of progress done that I can show you, I'll be back. So be back soon. Well, I'm back and I've been busy. I've excavated out a huge hole, which now I'm thinking about it, it only goes up to level 40. I've actually got to go up a few more blocks. I'm going to build this up to level 40 with multiple layers. I'm not going to stop at 30, I'm just going to go up to 40. And all that dirt and stone and stuff above this is going to stay there because my base is up there and I'd have to take it all out to make it open to the sky, so I'm not going to do that. Anyway, it'll be a bit less efficient. Doesn't bother me, that's okay. It'll still produce more than enough. And it's a very nice and neat design. I like things that look neat and tidy. I might have to line these walls in here with something. But it is looking neat, especially with the slabbed area. Probably doesn't need to be slabbed, but I'm slabbing it anyway. I can put less lighting down that way. Anyway, yeah, so it's been running, I actually ran it overnight. So it's not super efficient with one layer, but it's going to have multiple layers. So this thing should get quite the decent amount of slime, I reckon. I'll have more slime than I know what to do with. And that's a good thing in this game. To have more of a resource than you know what to do with. It's certainly better than not having enough of it. And you have a bit of fun building the infrastructure to get that organised. Anyway, so recap, we've got 2 chunks. We got 2 golems per chunk. So when the slime spawns, and I've watched them spawning here, I've got a little hidey hole up there. I can stand there and AFK and watch what's going on. The slime spawns and pretty much instantly turns around and faces one of these golems and hops across. So much more efficient than having just the one golem, which I had before. And they're fenced in, so while they're inside this glass, they've basically got sight of a golem and they're going to hop towards it. Ow! Ow! Don't stand on that stuff. This stuff here. So this stuff, well, don't stand on that. That stuff there, because when you stand on it, ow! It hurts. That's a sign of madness, I think. Something like that. To keep doing something that you know either doesn't work or you know hurts. Gotta be mad. Anyway, I will crack on and build these layers up. I've got to take a couple more layers out up there and we'll get this thing done. See how we go. I'll be back in a few minutes. Well, maybe a few hours. Not sure how long. We'll see. Alrighty folks, we are done. I decided to slab the roof because it just made it look better. I built the towers of iron golems. There's 6 in each tower, so it's 24 iron golems in the farm. One golem does two levels, and there's 12 levels going down, so 6 golems for 12 levels. And while I've been building this on the higher levels, I've just seen slimes dropping down everywhere. Looks like it's producing a decent amount of slime. Let's just go down and have a look, see what we got in the chests. Gee, that's a lot of slabs to place. But if you want slime, this is the way to go. Alright, I had to put those into blocks a while back. That's what I've got while I've been laying slabs just in the last hour or so. It might be a couple of hours, something like that. I lose track of time when I'm building things. Anyway, heaps of slime. If I AFK'd overnight, this would be awesome. I've already got more slime than I probably need. I don't need that much. I'll be able to provide slime to the other virtual toasters. So I slabbed the top, slabbed the bottom. I've got the walls to do something with. I don't like them as they are. Kind of want to make them look a bit more pretty-like. Something light, I think, to brighten the place up a bit. But I might just leave it there for now. So, thank you very much for watching. I'm Coptotermes. I hope you enjoyed the video on building a slime farm. It took me a while. It took me a few days, actually. Glad to be back doing YouTube again. If you liked the video, please leave a like. And if you really liked it, please subscribe, because I'd love you to subscribe. It really helps me out. Thank you very much for watching. Catch you later. Bye bye.